In the heart of the Varellan arena, beneath an open dome filled with 10,000 alien spectators, Lysera of the Tracar stood kneeling, her dual blades shattered. Her breathing labored. Blood trickled from a gash above her right eye, mixing with the dust of the battlefield. Towering over her was the undefeated champion of the Khazarn Empire, Korthal, the four-armed executioner of 16 worlds. The crowd roared. Not for her. Never for her. The Tracar were a conquered people, her challenge a hopeless act of rebellion. She had fought for honor, not victory. And now her fate was sealed. Korthal raised his massive war axe above his head, his obsidian armor gleaming under the twin suns. "This is the price of defiance," he growled, his voice amplified by the arena speakers. Another rebel silence. Lysera closed her eyes, bracing for death, and then a hiss, sharp and unnatural. A thin, piercing streak of black sliced through the air. Korthal jerked. The axe slipped from his hands with a metallic clang. He staggered back 2 steps, looking down at the shaft protruding from the center of his throat. A thin, black arrow, still vibrating from the impact. The crowd gasped in collective shock. Korthal collapsed. Dead before he hit the ground. Silence spread through the arena. Like wildfire, Lysera opened her eyes, confused, alive. Then she heard it, the soft whine of anti-grav boots and the hum of cloaking tech disengaging. A lone figure stepped out from the shadows above the northern gate. Tall, human, wearing a dark combat suit patched with various unit symbols, Earth Defense Corps, Orion Rebellion, even a faded insignia of the Resistance. His face was mostly covered by a tactical mask, but his eyes burned, not with hatred, but with cold precision. He held a strange weapon, a sleek longbow, glowing faintly with quantum string tensioners. The announcer stammered, unauthorized. Who is that?" The man raised his hand and spoke, calm and loud enough to cut through the chaos. "Name's Vance, human. She was never meant to die today." Panic erupted. Zarn soldiers poured into the arena. But Vance was already in motion. He moved like a shadow made flesh. Another arrow was knocked, loosed, and a sniper tower exploded. Lysera barely had time to dive for cover before Vance slid beside her, pulling her up with one hand. "I'm guessing you don't want to stay," he said. She blinked. "Why? Why would a human save a Tracar?" "Because I've seen the Empire. Crushed too many fighters like you," he said, scanning for targets. "And because we owe you." "Oh." He fired again, 1 shot, 2 soldiers down. "You held the Empire's attention just long enough for us to sneak in. Now the uprising begins." The arena ceiling cracked open as explosions rocked the upper tiers. Small aircraft zipped. Overhead, human-designed stealth skiffs, marked with the Phoenix emblem of the Resistance. From every exit, prisoners, alien and human alike, poured into the sands. The silent rebellion had waited for this moment. Lysera stared, awestruck. "You used my duel as cover." Vance gave a half-smile beneath his mask. "You used it as a message. We just answered it. More Xarn troops advance." Vance handed her a plasma pistol and nodded. "Time to earn that miracle, warrior." By nightfall, the arena lay in ruins. The Empire had lost more than a champion. They had lost the illusion of invincibility. In the command tent outside the city, Lysera sat beside a map flickering with Resistance markers. Her wounds were bandaged, her spirit unshattered. Vance entered. He removed his mask, younger than she expected. "Hardened, but not hollow. You survived," she said, nodding to him. He shrugged. "I don't like that. Besides, that guy really pissed me off." She chuckled. "You humans are reckless." "Humans are inevitable," he replied. Lysera looked at the screen showing rebellion flaring across the nearby colonies. "And what now?" Vance folded his arms. "Now? We build, train, burn their supply lines, spread fear. You think we can win?" He leaned close. "We don't think. We make them bleed until thinking is all they can do." Lysera stood, her old defiance now, sharpened with something new hoped out as the camp prepared for battle. Vance looked up at the stars and whispered to himself, "One arrow, one spark. And sometimes that's enough to start a war."